All right, welcome back to From A to Arbitration. Today's going to be a brief one. We're going to talk about the OIG and the Postal Inspectors and their dishonesty. So I've dealt with them a lot. As far as sitting in on investigations. I've dealt with them a lot as far as arbitrations. And to me, the most dishonest organization that we deal with is the Postal Inspectors and the Office of Inspector General. It's sad to say that, but it's true. They are there for one reason and one reason only, to find you guilty. I don't know how many times we have, as a union, called the OIG or Postal Inspectors to help us with something, and they have refused to help us with something dealing with management. Yet management will call the OIG or Postal Inspector something dealing with us, the very same thing that we called dealing with management, and they'll immediately jump on that because they're a branch of the Postal Service. That's who pays them. So if you're dealing with an investigation by the Postal Inspectors or the Office of Inspector General, I understand that they come in there and by the 2 or 3 with their badges and they look official. Don't let that intimidate you, okay? They have to abide by the contract just like management does. They're on behalf of management if they're investigating someone. They will always act like they're your best friends. They will talk about management. They'll talk bad about management. I can't believe I'm even in here talking about this. This guy's called me in here to this. I know that what happened, you probably didn't even mean to do it. And, and the carrier's sitting there like, right, yeah. Right. Look, these guys are there to get rid of us, okay? So, again, when the Office of Inspector General, the OIG, or the Postal Inspectors come into your station and they say they need to speak to a carrier, hopefully the carrier will come and get you. The same rules apply. Do not be a silent observer in there. If they tell you to be quiet, oblige them, because they're wasting their time after that. If they tell me to be quiet at the onset, they can sit there for 6 hours and question that carrier. It don't matter. We're going to get that thrown out. So, but with the Office of Inspector General and Postal Inspectors, make absolutely sure, just like you did or would do with the supervisor or manager, make sure that you write down every question and answer verbatim. That is absolutely critical, because I assure you 100% they are not going to write down what that carrier said, truthfully. You're going to get a report from the Office of Inspectors, the OIG or the Postal Inspectors. When you read that report and you were sitting in there with that carrier when they answered, you're going to say, what in the hell were they listening to? This can't be the same thing that they were just in here on with this carrier, because this is nowhere near what the carrier said. I promise you that's going to happen. I've dealt with it too many times. I have just dealt with it with a carrier I was representing. They came up with some synopsis, and I'm thinking, do I have the right report? This can't be the right report. It was that skewed. But they're there to get you. And don't ever let them tell you otherwise. Make sure the carrier is truthful, that they can come in there for any reason. Make sure that carrier is truthful, because as soon as he is untruthful, I promise you, they will show him a video or show him something where he's been untruthful. Okay? So again, when they come in, they're intimidating. They're going to come in with their badges, probably guns and suits, Tell them that you're going to need to speak with the carrier before they go in there. Try to figure out if the carrier knows what's going on. Tell the carrier, hey, look, you've got to be truthful in here. If it's terrible, be truthful. But whatever it is, be truthful. Be truthful. Because that's going to help us, believe it or not, in the long run. So when they get in there, they're going to have them sign, the guarantee rights and all these things, and it's scary. And then they're going to be chums, y'all probably be going out to dinner afterwards. That's how they're going to make it feel. But understand they're snakes, plain and simple. And they are there to do damage. So write down those answers. I had the carrier I represented, I had 6 pages. I wrote 6 pages of questions and answers when we went in there. And then when you get this report, if discipline comes from this report, and I'll talk about this in another episode, but since I'm on it, I'll talk about it now. But when you get this report and the discipline, in your request for information, always ask for the handwritten notes of that postal inspector or that OIG officer. Always ask for the handwritten notes, because I want to see what you wrote down, because it's obviously, like this case I just had, it's obviously not the same thing that was said. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get those handwritten notes. So then you'll put an Article 1731 on that where you didn't get the information you requested. But again, make sure that the carrier is truthful. They're going to be scared. It's just how it is. Because the OIG and postal inspectors, when they come in, law enforcement, federal agents, the carrier's going to be scared. That's understandable. You protect that carrier, okay? You protect him, and you watch over him. And you let him know, hey, it's going to be fine. I'm here with you. I got you. Write down those questions. Again, if they're going too fast, because most of the time they won't have them written out. They're just shooting off the cuff. But tell them, if you don't mind slowing down for me, because I'm having to write, make sure I get 100% right what you're asking. And then the carrier, have them answer deliberately, truthfully, and write those answers down. Because, again, more than any other organization, they're the most untrustworthy and dishonest. And I hate to say that, but I've dealt with them too many times. I've got a site about the OIG misconduct where they talk about, it's a great site. Arbitrator pegs them pretty good about their reports, how they are misleading, how they'll leave things out or misrepresent what's said. And it's a C number 28016. 28016. It's from Arbitrator Irving, but talks about the dishonesty of those people. So this goes kind of hand in hand with my last episode about the II. This is just dealing with the postal inspectors and the OIG. But again, make sure that we're writing those questions and answers down verbatim. Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by anybody. All right? You have the right to be in there and represent that carrier. Again, if they tell you to be quiet, they're federal agents. They're going to lean up on you, be quiet. Okay, I'll be quiet. And then fire that ass up with a 17 argument in your issue statement, okay? That'll be it for today's episode. Hopefully it helped, and hopefully you never have to experience it. But if you do, you're ready, and protect your brothers and sisters, all right? I'll see you next time.